What if I told you that in the chaos of war, when kingdoms burned, empires collapsed, and armies were crushed, there were men who never lost. No backup, no retreat, only pure genius, unmatched courage, and terrifying precision. These weren't just warriors. They were architects of domination. Some of them reshaped entire continents. Others fought blind, outnumbered, or betrayed, and still emerged victorious. And yet, most people don't even know their names. Let's fix that. He didn't just dream of glory, he took it. Before his 33rd birthday, Alexander the Great conquered the known world. He never lost a single battle. At Gaugamela, tens of thousands of Persian soldiers stood in front of him, more than double his army. He didn't blink. He split their lines with surgical speed, struck their weak points, and shattered the largest empire on earth. In one afternoon, Alexander didn't sit on thrones. He charged into the front lines. He didn't rule with fear. He ruled by example. His real weapon wasn't a sword, it was vision. But in the end, it wasn't a warrior who stopped him. It was his own ambition. He died young, unbeaten, eternal. And then there was a man whose name echoed across deserts and empires. Khalid ibn al-Walid, the sword of Allah. He fought over 100 battles and lost none. Let that sink in. He dismantled the Persian Empire, then turned west and obliterated the Byzantines. His cavalry moved like ghosts. At Yarmouk, outnumbered nearly 2-1, Khalid didn't panic. He adapted. With brutal precision, he flanked the enemy, collapsed their lines, and erased their hopes. Even his enemies respected him. He once said, "I sought martyrdom in every battle, but it escaped me." It didn't matter. He became a legend instead. You know Genghis Khan, but do you know the man who made his empire unstoppable? Subutai. While others rode into battle, he designed the war itself. He launched simultaneous attacks 500 miles apart, and won both. No radios, no GPS, just pure brainpower and brutal efficiency. He invaded Russia, then Europe. His enemies never even knew he was coming until they were already dead. Subutai wasn't just undefeated, he was uncatchable. Now step into Rome, a city that once shook under the footsteps of Hannibal. But one man turned that fear into fire, Scipio Africanus. He watched Hannibal destroy Roman armies. He didn't run, he learned. Scipio studied his enemy, then beat him at his own game. At Zama, he took Hannibal's tactics, flipped them, and shattered him. Because real warriors don't just fight, they evolve. Now pause. Imagine standing on the battlefield shoulder to shoulder with any of these legends. Whose shadow would you choose to stand in? Comment below, I want to know. But wait, we're not finished. In the 1500s, Japan launched a full-scale invasion of Korea. One man stopped them, Yi Sun-Sin. He wasn't just a naval commander, he was an inventor, a strategist, a storm in human form. He created the turtle ship, the first ironclad warship. And with it, he sank over 300 Japanese vessels. How many battles did he lose? None. Even after being tortured, jailed, and stripped of his title, he came back and crushed the enemy again. He didn't fight for rank. He fought because no one else could. And now, the most unbelievable of them all, a man who fought blind and still never lost. Žižka. He led peasants with farm tools, trained them to crush armored knights. And when he lost one eye, he fought on. When he lost both, he still led armies, still won. Žižka didn't need sight. He had something far more dangerous. Vision. So what did they all have in common? It wasn't strength. It wasn't armies. It was adaptability. Didn't fear change. They moved faster than it. They read the battlefield like a book and rewrote the ending before anyone else turned the page. Where others saw chaos, they saw opportunity. They weren't just soldiers. They were thinkers, architects of warfare. And in the end, that's what made them undefeated. Now tell me, which of these minds inspired you most? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more forgotten legends, devastating tactics, and raw history that textbooks ignore, hit that like, subscribe, and join me next time, where the past becomes powerful again.